Better looking than Krishna.
Anything else beyond that, beyond looks?
Oh, looks was enough for young girl.
Devendra would have been better.
Thank you for that, Namita. Sheela ji, your life has not been a straight line for you. My question is, what were the inner strengths that kept you on that journey strong? I know you mentioned fearlessness. Anything else? And what are the lessons you can share with us that you learned from life which you think can help us? Thank you.
I was in love with Bhagwan, and that love had given me the strength I needed. And I had. It was a strength of love. Nothing else, just the strength of love. I always felt if Bhagwan supports me, I can move mountains for him. And we literally moved mountains in Rajneeshpuram to create a city of Rajneeshpuram. There are many lessons I have learned through life, and one of them is being there. What does being there mean? I am there for you and you are there for me, without expectations.
Telling us. Thank you, Namita, for asking them. But the whole story of Rajneeshpuram and Antelope and your life has had a lot else that you haven't touched on. And I'm glad you mentioned Rajneeshpuram just now about these mountains. You did face an enormous amount of opposition from the citizens of Antelope when you moved there. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes.
And those kinds of lessons too.
Yes. The citizens of Oregon, politicians of Oregon, did not want foreigners in the land. They were extremely discriminative. They created laws retroactive to stop us from functioning. It was not an easy job. And Bhagwan was very right on the timeline. He wanted the commune to move forward, to do the work that we were doing. Definitely, it was not an easy job. Yet, in spite of this massive discrimination, what we had faced in a Bible-thumping region of US, as non-Christians, we were very happy. We ignored it, lot of it. And we did our work with the positivity, energy, love, whatever you want to call it. We did it to a point. And it was a remarkable one-time experience and experiment that I have lived through it.
Even for a visit?
No need.
Is it fair?
Is it fair?
Is it fear? Is it fear? Because you fear going back to the United States.
You think I'm a fearful woman? No, I'm not afraid.
No, so why would you not go? Just
why would I go? I live in a better country.
Okay, fair enough.
Make our own heaven and hell. So I guess my question is, what are your views about what happens after we die? Do you believe in some sort of afterlife, or what are your views on that?
I'm so busy with this life that I have no idea about afterlife or before life.
We all know about when you left the US and the hardship that you had gone through. Can you talk about the social work that you've been doing at Switzerland?
The social work that I'm doing, I have 2 handicap homes in Switzerland and 1 in Mauritius. I have 20-bed home in Mauritius and 30-bed house in Switzerland. We work with mentally, psychologically and physically deprived or handicapped people. I work with them as if I'm part of their family. I live in the house same as my residents. I share my room also, just the way they share their rooms. They can come anytime to me because our structure is very open. We have no closed offices. It's transparent. They can come and sit with us any time of the day. There are plenty of chairs around, and be with us. And that being with us somehow is the best medicine that works on them. They start developing trust, and through trust they lose their fears of life and fears of rejection. It was and it is in honor of my mother, Matru Sadan, and in honor of my father, Bapu Sadan, I created 2 homes.
Feel like to be in love with people who see someone as Bhagwan or God? And did you ever feel that love was reciprocated in equal measure?
Love doesn't have to reciprocate. That is expectations. And if you have expectations, you will be disappointed. And disappointment will only bring you to depression. I did not fall in love with Bhagwan because he would love me back. I simply was in love with him. His trust in me was immense, and you cannot love without trust or trust without love. So to answer to reciprocation, yes, he did reciprocate.
Hi, Namita, thank you so much for asking some great questions. Sheela, I think I watched Baba Country all over again before coming here. And when you were asked on TV, it said, I was just done with buying Rolls Royces. But for me, I was like, it must be more than that to make you leave as a human being. So I kind of wanted to know, when you left, like, what was that turning point that was like, okay, I just need to get out of here? And then the second part was, what do you think also made all your close-knit people also want to come with you?
When I chose to live, my reasons for living, Bhagwan, were very clear. Bhagwan had told me when I became his secretary that I should protect him, his commune, and his teachings, even against him. If he goes against protection of these three things, I should protect him in spite of it. He was among wrong company and they were experimenting with drugs, which would be detrimental because hostile US government was looking for an excuse to shut us down. It would also put him in physical jeopardy with these experiments, and his teachings will have a scandal in it. So I confronted him. My relationship with him was in honesty. I could say whatever I want to say to him. And I explained to him the issue on hand. His answer was, ignore it. I could not ignore it because then I'm not serving him what he had assigned to me. And I chose to leave. When I chose to leave, my whole team said they don't want to stay behind. They cannot deal with this attitude. And that's when they chose to come with me. I had never asked them to come with me. They came on their own, and a couple of people went to their own lives. From the team, they all wanted to remain together because we did work very well together.